We're now going to look at the muscles of the arm and forearm. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they're doing this is they don't orient the arm correctly, or they don't see the orientation of the arm. So when you come up to a test question that involves the arm, you want to look at some things. You want to find the thumb side. Okay, you want to find the thumb side, and you want to remember that the thumb side is lateral, and you also want to remember that the bone that runs with that thumb is the radius. Okay, is the radius. On the medial side here, the little pinky side, you have the ulna side. So by remembering and orienting your arm correctly, you're more likely to get these right. So what we're going to look here is we're looking at the anterior portion, and this is your left arm, so you can orient your own arm, and that might help you remember it. So the first muscle here, A, is called the brachioradialis. Okay, it's called the brachioradialis. The next two muscles are what we call flexor muscles. And you're going to learn in the next lab what to flex means. You're going to decrease the angle. So when these muscles contract, they pull on that hand. So these are always, the front is going to be flexor muscles. And then what you have to remember is you have to remember whether you're on the radial or the ulnar side. So B is going to be the flexor carpi dealing with carpals, the flexor carpi radialis. This is be on the radial side. Then this is going to be, and you should be able to figure this out, it's a flexor because it's in front, and then it's on the ulnar side, so it's the flexor carpi ulnaris. So remember, flexors are in front, and then just get your bones oriented, and this should make it a little bit easier. Now in this bottom picture, you're looking at the posterior aspect of the forearm, of the arm. Specifically the forearm, and those are going to be extensors. And again, you'll learn in the next lab, when you extend, you increase the joint angle. So these are extensors. So A, again, look at where your finger is and figure out the bone. On the pinky side is going to be the ulna, and on the thumb side is going to be the radius. So again, if you use your logic, this is going to be an extensor dealing with the carpes, extensor carpals, extensor carpi, and which bone is there? It's the ulnaris, so it's the ulna, so it's the extensor carpi ulnaris. This B muscle that runs down the center of the posterior aspect of the arm is called the extensor digitorum. It's an extensor of your digits, okay, of your fingers. And then here we have another extensor muscle. Look at what side it's on. So it's going to be the extensor carpi radialis. So again, orienting your arm correctly and making sure you know what part of the arm, anterior, posterior, medial, lateral, is going to help you get these questions correct. And then here, again, you're on the posterior aspect of the arm, so this is going to be the triceps brachii, and on the anterior portion is going to be the biceps brachii. So let's go through these again. Again, remembering thumb side is radial side, pinky side is ulnar side, the front is flexors. So here you have the brachioradialis. Here you have the flexor carpi radialis, and here you have the flexor carpi ulnaris. Looking at the posterior aspect of the forearm, which is the extensors, and again using what you know, you have the extensor carpi ulnaris, you have the extensor digitorum, and you have the extensor carpi radialis. Triceps brachii, biceps brachii. Again, let's go through that. This is the brachioradialis on your thumb side. This is the flexor carpi radialis, and this is the flexor carpi ulnaris. This is the extensor carpi ulnaris. This is the extensor digitorum, and this is the extensor carpi radialis. Triceps brachii, biceps brachii. Again, brachioradialis, flexor carpi radialis, flexor carpi ulnaris. Extensor carpi ulnaris, extensor digitorum, extensor carpi radialis. Triceps brachii, biceps brachii. This time I'm going to have you go through it on your own. I'm going to point to them, make sure you're saying them. Think through the orientation of the hand. Again, if you say them, it will help you with the spelling. First, here. Okay, so make sure you review that, and again, when you're taking your test, make sure you are taking the time to orient the arm correctly because you don't want to miss an easy question.